Good day, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time of coming to this channel, please, you're welcome to subscribers. You are also welcome. Please to click on the notification button, like, comment and subscribe. I will so much appreciate it. So today is peer learning day in AS, and I want a little opportunity to explain the Betty style of coding. That a lot of people have been asking questions Betty style of coding. What am I doing wrong? So I'm going to explain that and some common errors and how you correct your errors as well. First of all, I want to apologize for noise. I am using paper. I am not using computer. Yes, I have just a little time. So I just spare this little time to do this, and the background noises, I don't have time to edit the video at the moment, so I just want to do this to help people. So please my voice and don't listen to the background noises. Okay, so as I'm saying, I want to explain the style of coding. Now, in a simple term, style of coding is just like when you are formatting your text in Microsoft. Now let's assume you're typing in Microsoft Word. You are using text like you're using styles, font size, things like that, where you have times area Unicode and so many of them to format your text so it will be readable. Some spaces like 1.5, like 1.0, some increase their font, some add headers, some add many things to make their text readable. So that is the same thing with Betty style of coding. It is just a way of formatting your text to be understandable so that you can understand it. When you are looking at your code, it will be easy for you to understand. If you watch some C programs, like people writing C on YouTube, you see that most of them use things like this when they want to do comments. Okay, they just introduce their comments with 2/ and writing. You can write multiple comments. You see people when they write one code, they multiple comments and things like that. Sometimes you get so confused. Like, comments, it becomes a lot of burden to understand what. But in Betty style of you only do your comment in one. It will help to understand everything you're doing. Now let's see a practical example. One of them, you have use the header file. That's the first thing you do. If you look at some programming, some writing C, you see that after this header, the next thing they will do is int main. Okay, then all right, continue their coding. But here in Betty styling, they comment, they use 2 stars like this. Sorry. Okay, I hope you're seeing it. So this is how they use their comment part. So once you see something in Betty styling, you know that you are going to introduce comment. This line starts with a star. Actually, I'm supposed to start at the edges here, so don't mind my. So the next one is a followed by a space. So here main. Okay, I introduce my main now. A lot of people have errors in main. Okay, they say no, this is for main. We are going to come to that. That is one of the there. So main, introduce, some do entry, right, entry point. Okay, also do another thing here, description. So here I am trying to describe function, what it does. Okay, so that is when I'll say this program, print so. Now there's people that are having this is more than 34 or 84 characters. Means that your comment is so jam packed. So in Betty styling, you don't just I'm writing so many things that the code is doing. Maybe this code is printing capital letters, small letters, I want to put it in my description, and I'm allowed to write everything in one line. So what I will just do is write some here. Okay, then I will write some here, then I will come down here. Sorry about the noise. I told you. I will come down here and then continue comment, right? I will continue. This is so I don't have to jump everything in the same line. It will not, star will see it as error. Then I will give a gap, I will come and I will do my return. Now here, no description for men. This is where the voice come from. When you do return, I use semicolon. I did not use dash or like this. I did not say return. Okay, if you do return like this, it will tell you no description for men. So I'm about to use a semicolon, then I will return always, right? If 0 that is returning 0, okay, sorry, you won't get in your 0, it's just return 0. Okay, so for here now I've done my comment. I want to close this section and tell this is where my comment is. Now remember that the compiler is not going to recognize all these things. Okay, what I just did here is anybody my program that this is what I'm going to write about. Okay, so this is just it's just I just intro. The next one is you do your int main, that is your main. Okay, void. Please always remember to put this in bracket, to put void in here. Now if you write something like this in, right, if you do something like this int, right, main, all right, like this, okay, is acceptable in C. Like I've seen people write like this, but then in Betty styling it is not acceptable, so you have to put the void there inside your bracket. Okay, then you open nested bracket to show that this is where your this thing begins. Sorry, it should be open, right? To show that this is where it begins. So the next one is you put your, this is actually where your code comes in. All right, so after all these processes, you close, you do return again. All right, remember in this return now, the first one I did not put it in bracket, but this one do it without putting it in bracket. Remember also here you have to, this one is to end or to show that this is the end of this. So the same thing with this. Okay, okay, to end all this. All right, so if you did not do it like this, if you do something like this, return 0, okay, it's not going to accept it. Betty is not going to accept it. But if you put in bracket with this, is going to accept, then you close. So this is just Betty style. Another error that people have is trailing white space. Okay, in trailing white spaces, it means that in Betty styling not permitted to use space you're not supposed to, or tab where you're not supposed to. So trailing white spaces simply means you put space you're not supposed to put a space. Okay, so that I will advise you that whenever you're doing Betty styling, avoid your space bar key or computer. Avoid your space key. Okay, so what you type here, like I type this here, once you reach here, please don't mistakenly press. If you do that, Betty is going to count it as trailing space. So once you press enter immediately to go to the next line. Don't make the mistake of putting your space bar space before. You know the editors are not like Microsoft, it edits very fast, so it takes time to type and run. So once you do this, press enter immediately and continue. All right, so this is do this. Now if you check your errors, you see something like trailing wise or function is not supposed to. This simply means the line. Okay, help you correct your error very quickly. What you should do is set numbers. Once you do set numbers, it's going to automatically allocate numbers to coding. Once numbers are allocated, it will help you know the line mistake is and you correct it. All right, so the same thing with you also do a set list. When you do set list, it's going to show you all your training and you can actually correct it from there. So, and after writing, you can go and do Betty file, okay, to check your Betty if it is correct. Now if there is any error, it directs you to the line error is coming from. If it directs you, assuming it's line 12, so you have to come back and do it. So this is Betty styling, and I believe with this little explanation of mine, you've understand how to and how to format. And I pray that whatever you have, please in the comment section. I go right now. Have a wonderful day ahead.